All right, welcome back. So, we've already knocked out 5 of the 7 P's of marketing. Today, we're diving into the final 2. And honestly, these are the ones that really separate the good brands from the truly great ones: process and physical evidence.
Oh, you know this feeling. We've all been there, right? Staring at your phone, that hunger slowly turning into full-blown hanger, just wondering where on earth your food is. That feeling, that raw frustration, well, it's the perfect way to understand what happens when a company gets our first topic for today totally wrong.
And the secret ingredient that prevents that frustration, the thing working behind the scenes to make every great customer experience happen, is process. It's the invisible system that just makes everything click.
So, what do we actually mean by process? Well, it's the whole system, the entire journey your customer takes from point A to point B. And here is the most important thing to remember. From your customer's perspective, a clunky, annoying process isn't some separate thing. It is part of the product they just bought.
And that's exactly why the stakes are so incredibly high. Think about it. You could have created the most amazing, delicious pizza in the entire world. But if ordering it is a total nightmare and it shows up 2 hours late and cold, what's the customer going to remember? Not the pizza. They'll remember the bad experience. The process completely tanked the product. Your process is basically the promise your product has to live up to.
Okay, so if a bad process can absolutely kill a brand, let's flip that on its head. What does a great one actually look like? Let's get into it.
You know, great processes tend to fall into one of 2 buckets. On one side, you've got standardization. Just think of Nando's. You know exactly what you're getting every single time. It's efficient, it's consistent, it's reliable. Then on the other side, you've got personalization. Picture a tailor on Savile Row. That long, detailed process with all the fittings and consultations, that isn't a problem. That's the whole point. It's what creates that super premium, one-of-a-kind experience.
Now let's talk about a company that absolutely mastered its process. By 2020, this was the percentage of all Domino's pizza orders in the UK that were made online, 94%. That is just a massive number. And believe me, it did not happen by accident.
See, Domino's didn't just make their process work well, they were smart enough to turn it into their unique selling proposition. The pizza tracker wasn't just some cool gadget, it was marketing genius. It solved that exact customer anxiety we started with. Where is my pizza? So the big takeaway here is, a truly brilliant process can become your single best advertisement.
So, a great process delivers on your brand's promise. Awesome. But that's only half the story. What about everything the customer sees and touches and feels while it's happening? Well, that brings us to our second P for today: physical evidence.
Physical evidence is all the tangible stuff, all the visible clues that send signals about your brand. And this is especially important when you're selling a service which you can't touch or hold. When something's intangible, customers are desperately looking for clues to judge your quality. Is the restaurant clean? Is the website professional? Is the staff's uniform smart? All of these things provide tangible proof.
I love this idea. Your physical evidence is your silent brand ambassador. Just think about it for a second. Your website, your packaging, the layout of your store, they are all communicating your brand's values 24/7. They're telling a story about who you are without ever saying a single word.
So, how does this actually play out in the real world with businesses we all know and recognize? Let's look at how 2 very different brands get their physical evidence spot on.
Okay, let's take 2 amazing but totally different UK brands. On one hand, you have Harrods. Every single piece of physical evidence, from that incredible building to the uniformed doormen, is designed to scream luxury and exclusivity. Then you have Greg's. Its bright, no-frills environment communicates exactly what it is: quick, convenient, and great value. Neither one is right or wrong, but they are both perfectly, and I mean perfectly, aligned with their brand promise. So here's a question for you. It's pretty easy to think about this stuff with physical stores, right? But what about online? Your website is your digital shop window. Your app is your digital front desk. Is the physical evidence there sending the right message? Does it match what you promise?
Because having great digital evidence is absolutely critical for building trust online. We're talking about things like a really clean, simple app interface, professional-looking emails, or even just a little secure checkout badge. They all act as these small but powerful signals that reassure the customer you're a legitimate, credible business.
Okay, so we have process and we have physical evidence. The final and most important step is making sure they work together. They absolutely have to be in sync. Because this is what happens when they're not. You get a brand mismatch. Just imagine a luxury spa. It promotes itself with these beautiful, calm photos online. That's the promise.
But then you show up, and the check-in process is a mess, the reception is cluttered, and the towels are old and frayed. The physical evidence completely shatters the promise, and just like that, the customer's trust is gone.
Right, that's enough theory. It is time to put this into practice. I want you to apply this directly to your own job. Let's make this real.
Here is your mission. First, I want you to pick one customer process from your workplace. Could be anything, returning an item, booking a meeting, whatever. Second, map out every single touch point, every step the customer takes. Third, for each one of those steps, audit the evidence. What do they actually see and interact with? And finally, ask the big questions. Where is there friction we can remove? And where can we add a little wow moment?
And that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Now that you have the full 7 Ps toolkit, what is one small thing, either in your process or your physical evidence, that you could genuinely improve at your company tomorrow? Remember, great marketing isn't always some big, flashy campaign. Sometimes it's just about fixing one broken step to make the whole customer journey that much better.
Good luck!